Hello. Welcome to SecDSM. Sorry we're starting a little late tonight. We had some AV issues and some traffic issues and things like that, but we're getting going now. It's about 6:20, so all of our times will be off a little bit tonight, but hopefully you'll bear with us. If you guys just wandered in off the street, you're wondering what in the world is going on with all these people here tonight, this is welcome to SecDSM. We're an information security meetup group with a mission to provide free vendor-neutral forum for the expansion and dissemination of industry knowledge to the extent the culture of security awareness and enable members to make informed and educated security decisions. We meet the third Thursday of every month at 6 o'clock or 6:20-ish, like we are tonight. Disclaimer, before we get started, I want to make sure that everybody knows that we're an educational entity. We do not condone any sort of illegal activity, anything that you might learn here at SecDSM. We actually invite law enforcement regularly to come. There may even be, I know I saw one former police officer in the house tonight. So we invite law enforcement to come. We engage them in the community, so I would advise you, please don't do anything illegal. And we also have a code of conduct. This is actually, I think we added this a couple months ago. Basically, that we can't achieve our goals in an environment that involves harassment. So we do, actually, if you have any questions about what harassment is or how we define it, you can go to the About page on SecDSM.org, and we define it there for you. If you have any problems, you can contact any of the board members or admins at SecDSM.org, and we can help you with any kind of a harassment kind of situation that you might be facing. And also, I stole this directly from SecKC, who I think stole it from Harvard, or Harvard stole it from them. But we here, we challenge ideas, not people, right? So I'm a firm believer myself that we don't do things well in a silo on our own. It's the best ideas and the best solutions come from people hammering from different points of view and different opinions, so here, when we challenge each other, we're actually challenging their idea and not the person, right? So we keep emotion out of it. And also, so if there's something or someone bothering you, you've got an idea, feel free to email admins@secdsm.org, reach out on Slack via DM. Here's the pictures of all of our board members. So seek us out if you have constructive criticism or concerns or anything of that matter. If you want to help out, we welcome volunteers. We need speakers every month. We have sponsors looking for donations, and I know the AV team is looking for at least one more consistent volunteer. So if you have a desire and want to help, please come forward and help out, because this community is all for all of us, right? Now with the transparency report, I invite Mr. Aaron T. Kipp to come up and cover some of our financial matters for the night.
Thanks, Tom. All right, financial transparency reports. The space and the beer tonight are provided by The Forge by Pillar Technologies. Reminder, please help keep everything clean. It's very nice of them to provide the space for us, so help out when you can. The sponsor tonight and the mini CTF sponsor is Optiv, so thank you to you guys. Please go talk to them, say hi. Actual financials, we did have some expenses since the last meeting and some income. I took actual notes as opposed to just the slide. Specific expenses since the last meeting, $438.30 for our brand new AV streaming rig, which is awesome. $500 for food at the last meeting. Spent a couple $100 on stickers. And who went to B-Sides, Iowa and played the CTF? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Ben Schmidt and I made an emergency run to Home Depot, or was Lowe's that morning, and we bought $123.89 worth of extension cords, power strips, and tape, and all the things so everybody had power to hack all the things, which was awesome. And we have a tote, so for the CTFs going forward, we'll have a lot more power. Income, in the last 30 days, we've had $1,066.40 come in from sponsors. We have sponsorship all the way up through, I believe, October of this year for the regular sponsorships. We did get a $1,000 AV donation, and $148.71 in swag sales. And if you ever have any questions about any of the financials, come find me. I'm more than happy to talk through specifics. And next we have, here we go.
Thank you, Aaron. I just wanted to say real quick to thank these three companies, Principal, Dwell, and Business Solver, for the donation which allowed us to purchase this new AV rack. We can use this AV rack here, obviously, but we'll use it in the community for lots of stuff. It's portable. You know, we'll maybe SecIC will get to use it if they're good. You know, we'll definitely be using this multiple times in multiple venues. So we want to thank them for their kind donation. And the thing they get out of it is this slide at the beginning and the end of every meeting. So that's just a little transparency for you, and we want to thank those three sponsors. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Nick. So also, if you guys are interested in being a visual member of the community out and about, we do have swag for sale. So if you're interested in a T-shirt or a polo or a hat, or I think we even have patches, like Velcro patches for your bags and stuff like that, feel free to check that out if you're interested in that. How much are they? Well, it depends. So, T-shirts I think are $20. Keep me honest. Yeah. Yes. And polos are $40. Hats are $10. $20. Sorry. And patches, the Velcro patches, $5. All right, sweet. So anyways, check it out. Stickers are free, especially if this is your first time here tonight. I encourage you to go grab a sticker, or grab two. Anyways, so another slide I added this month, I mean, maybe this is just for me, but I think, you know, if I'm feeling this sometimes, I think there might be other people in the community that feel this way also. It's called imposter syndrome. And basically, and I know this is popular, you know, the other people in information security feels this, that basically, you know, that like, oh my gosh, there are so many amazing people in this community, like I don't belong here. Like I don't want to be the one asking the stupid question. And that's me, right? Like that's the way I feel. So I want everyone to feel comfortable. Like everyone here is approachable, right? There's, you know, we're here to help each other. Because it's kind of like what I heard one time, you know, it's like one blind beggar asking another blind beggar, you know, where the good food is, right? And that's what we're here to do. We're here to lift each other up. We're here to help each other in our struggles. I know lots of us have struggles with security issues, and we're here, you know, everybody brings a different perspective. If you're a truck driver just getting into information security, all the way up to if you know, lead a team of security analysts, and you may have even won a Uber Black Badge at DEF CON, right? You know, everyone brings a different perspective, and you all provide value to everyone else, right? So we all do that. So approach anyone. If you have any questions with anybody, feel free. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, we cover that. Now, since we only get about 3 hours of real face-to-face time every month, the best place to engage in our community, not just here, but is join the Slack. So right now I think there's about 365 members of their Slack channel today, and this is how we interact the rest of the month, right? The other however many hours are in a month is through Slack. So go to SecDSM.org and sign up for the Slack and come join our community. There's information out there on everything, you know, from threat intelligence to hobbies, going to movies, and stuff like that. Upcoming events, there's a lot of conferences this year. You'll see we've already passed up about 3 main conferences that we advertised. There's the SecKC starting tomorrow and Saturday. ThoughtCon's coming up in Chicago in a couple weeks, and so forth. So if you're interested in going to any of these conferences, there's typically, we've got a group of people either from Des Moines or Iowa City going, I think, to every one of these conferences. So, you know, typically we'll hook up in Slack and create channels, you know, with other people that are going. So if you're looking for rideshare, you're looking for sharing a hotel room, whatever it may be, come seek us out because we're you know, we've got people going to all these things. Now, the moment I'm sure everyone's been waiting for, announcing our mini SecDSM CTF for the night. This is brought to you by Optiv. If you go to, there's a new website, minictf.secdsm.org/April_Optiv. There is a very special PDF there that you can decode and figure out. So if you If you solve the challenge by the end of the night, I think there's actually 3 prizes. When the top one looks like a nice Raspberry Pi 3 kit. So I encourage you to participate and play along. So if you brought a laptop, go for it. Now, turn it on to hobbies and news. Mr. James Beal is going to come up and cover the current topics of the day.
Thanks, Tom. All right, we put up a hobbies channel on Slack. I talk about it every month, but in case you're here for the first time or haven't been in the Slack channel, we have spring and summer movies. We hit up a bunch last fall. We haven't really hit up anything yet this year, but if there's summer movies and that type of thing that people want to see, just let me know. Range Day is another event we've had, a little shooting time fun. Butch Olufsen Range, I announced it in the hobbies channel, but if anyone's interested and hasn't heard of it, trying to get a group together at least once a month and a half, something like that. Get a range day together. We've had some good showings in the past, and people having fun, kind of coming out. And if you're into the hobby, great, and bring your stuff. And then if you're new and that type of thing, we've had people show up for the first time and get to learn some gun safety and that type of thing. So thinking on the 29th of April, which is the last Sunday of the month, we'll do 10 to 12 and then possibly hit up lunch in Polk City. The range I was looking at was the Butch Olufsen range up there north of Polk City. That's brand new and nice. And then Reed is brand new and just got here a couple weeks ago, but a couple months ago he threw something out to a Ragbri team and some interest there. So a SecDSM Ragbri team, you know, some custom bike jerseys and stuff like that would be pretty sweet. So if people are into that idea, that type of thing. And then if anybody's got any other suggestions, just jump in the hobbies channel and we'll give it a try. So some news. I've got a couple news stories, but then I definitely wanted to call out B-Sides Iowa. I know a bunch of us were there, and if you weren't there, you missed out on a great time. It was a great time on Saturday. Perfect con weather because it was lovely in Iowa last Saturday. You know, rain and snow, so typical for mid-April. Evan Davidson did all the recording with a couple of volunteers, and he actually got those talks all out on the B-Sides Iowa YouTube channel, I think, by Sunday afternoon or Monday morning. So there were 16 speakers, 185 people attended, over 225 registered. Some nice electronic badges made by guys, and as was called out, using CTF hosted by SecDSM with 51 total teams registered. So that was huge. It actually flowed out of the room, and people were CTFing out in the group area as well. So there was only a few unsolved out of all the challenges. Some quick news. There are 34 tech firms that actually signed a couple weeks ago a not assist to the government hacking kind of bill thing. The story's out there. It's 34 tech companies that just agreed, led by Microsoft. There's a couple big ones that are missing. I think Google and Apple weren't on the list, but kind of made an agreement that they will fight against cybercrime, but not actually, you know, give either our government or any other government around the world access to any log data and that type of thing to prevent issues there and some, you know, conflicts of interest. And then the U.S. and the U.K. both accused Russia of actually hacking home routers and ISPs. So this is big. We've actually, you know, had some attribution pieces before, but this is another big attribution piece, especially out from DHS and the FBI, and then with the NCSE Center, which is over in the UK, for Russian state-sponsored cyber actors. So as we all know, or if you don't know, most of the Russian stuff is allowed by the Russian government if they do not attack their own citizens. So this is a huge move from the US and the UK banding together to kind of keep an eye on this and officially, you know, knock it down. And then in another big story, we had a whole research project tied into Android OEMs and how they're lying about security patches. So I believe it was over, I don't know if it's called out on the slide, but there was over 1,200 devices and patches that were looked at, and this security team of researchers actually turned around and looked, and major amounts of patches were missing. They were just literally skipped by some of the vendors, so this is super awesome and encouraging if you're an enterprise that has Android phones and or not anything non-iPhone in your environment, which all of us have to deal with. And then I just absolutely love this GIF. iOS trust jacking attack exposes iPhones to remote hacking. So there's a remote hacking issue with iPhones if they are actually pairing up to devices and you've got them set up to pair with your Mac, there's an issue with the fact that they are maintaining persistence on Wi-Fi. And if you want some of the technical details, they're out there. And then real quick, the last story, there's actually been, this is theoretical at this point, so no one's actually pulled it off, but some scientists in Belgium have looked at the wireless brain implants that are out there. They're neurostimulators, essentially for some neurological diseases that are, like all other IoT medical devices, extremely open to remote exploitation, at which point you could change voltage in the device and fry someone's brain. So that's always super safe. And then the last thing I always like to do, we do a jobs call out. So if there was anyone that has a job opening, or if you're looking for a position, we always offer it out there. If you want to come up here and get interviewed live on the microphone, you're more than welcome. But if you have any job positions open and you want to come up and talk about them, please feel free right now.
Hey everybody, I work at a place called the Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines. Amazing name, or long name, amazing results, sorry. We have 5 security openings currently. It's quite significant. They're all security engineer 1s and 2s. If you go out to our website, fhlbdm.com, they're listed there. Please apply. You can kind of come in at the ground level of building a security program. We're looking to more than double our team, and we're doing some really exciting stuff.
Anybody else?
I'm Eric Sievers. We at Farm Bureau Financial, we're looking for senior InfoSec admin to join our team, looking for different skill sets in vulnerability management, whitelisting, different sorts of that. You can apply at www.fbfs.com under careers. We have the posting out there if you want any more information. So thank you.
I'm Stacy from Principal, and I have a cybersecurity analyst lead position open, so I'm looking for somebody with 3 to 5 years of experience in pen testing that'll come in and pen test web apps.
Awesome. And then we had a couple people. There's actually, if you're on the Slack channel, there's a jobs channel out there, and a couple guys threw some jobs out there that we're not able to announce them today. So there's a senior info security ops engineer position open at Meredith. And then there was a position posted, actually that one might be, one of them was at Meredith and the other one was at Mid-American Energy. So I believe they're both more mid to senior level engineer positions, but there's details and links out to the positions out on the Slack channel. Anybody else? All right, I think that'll do it. That's it for me. We'll bring Tom back up here to finish off with tonight's agenda. If he didn't disappear, there he is. Thanks, Tom.
So tonight's agenda, we're a little off schedule. That's okay. We'll break for about, let's say, 7 minutes. 5.5 to 7 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll bring up Nick Stark and Dave Little and talk about GPG, GNUPG. And then after their tool talk, we'll have Sherry David Hoff, all the way from Montana, is in the house tonight. And she's going to give a talk on the state of cybercrime in 2018. And then we have this space until 9 o'clock tonight. So, like I said, we've got, typically 3 hours a month that we hang out face-to-face. Feel free to hang out and talk. But at 9 o'clock, we do need to turn the venue back over to Pillar so they can shut it down for the night. And if people want to go, down the street or something to hang out, until whenever, feel free or go home or do whatever you want. So with that, also, next month, May 17th is the third Thursday. I don't think we have any talks signed up yet. So if you've got a burning passion, desire to talk about a thing that you haven't, that you've been wanting to share with us, go to secdsm.org. There's actually a sign up right there, blinking. You just click on that button, fill out like what you're interested in talking about, and then you'll come present next month. So anyways, with that, we'll switch over in about 5 or 6 minutes. We will have Nick and David come talk. Thanks.